Hello everyone and welcome to my review for Kaiju number 8, chapter 32. Before I get into this week's review, I of course have to mention my subscriber goal for 2021, hitting 5,000 by the end of the year. We just hit 3,000 today, so 2,000 more in another 8 months. Well, more like 7.5-ish. Sounds pretty doable to me. So if you're already a fan of my videos and you're not subscribed, you might as well to help me reach that milestone. The other thing is my Patreon, if you want to help support me and the channel directly and get access to some extra content like solo leveling and omniscient reader reviews. There's a link to my Patreon down in the description. You can join that if you're interested. With that out of the way, let's get on with the review. With last week's chapter having Kafka reveal himself to be Kaiju number 8 in front of the Defense Force, I had quite a few predictions as to how this would go, and so far it seems to pretty much be going the way I thought it would. Hoshina, of course, is thinking about how he had suspicions about Kafka. He knew some things were kind of weird about him, but he still found him very trustworthy and charming, and it was because of the fact that he liked Kafka, that he thought he was a good guy, that he started turning a blind eye to the possibility that he could be Kaiju number 8. So kind of the ruthless Kaiju killer that he is, he kind of started putting that aside because of how much he liked and trusted Kafka. And we see that everyone here is completely shocked by this. Most of the Defense Force members literally do not have words to think of to respond to this. And Kafka's thinking about how if this bomb explodes, it's going to kill everyone here. So he's going to have to put his life on the line for the Defense Force. He can't just sit around on the sidelines anymore to try and protect himself like he's been doing this whole time, not revealing his identity for the sake of protecting himself, because, you know, if the Defense Force found out that he was able to turn into a Kaiju, that would be not great news for him. He'd probably end up getting vivisected or something. So he gets ready for a big punch, does a huge jump, which fucking shatters like a dozen city blocks around him. Pretty crazy shit. I really like the paneling on this page. This was really well done. So he jumps up in the air, he punches the big bomb with so much force that his Kaiju body starts to crack. Like, he is punching so hard that his body cannot fucking handle the force of it. The whole thing, it fucking, the entire side of this huge bomb, like, implodes in on itself from the impact and gets, like, shot up into the stratosphere. It's nuts. Everyone is like, holy fucking shit. Even Kaiju number 10 is like, what? Also, number 10 is still alive, even just as a head. So, unless he kind of just gets, like, sniped off next chapter or something, I have a feeling number 10 is going to get away, and he's going to be another recurring antagonist. Maybe something of a rival enemy for Hoshina. Or maybe just like another rival for Kafka. But Kafka's already got number 9, so I feel like number 10 would be better to have for Hoshina, since they've already, you know, established this sort of conflict between the two of them. I feel like that would probably be better to have go on as a long-term thing. But yeah, this thing goes like all the fucking way up. It's exploding. You can see the curvature of the Earth, alright? The biggest explosion. And we get a really, really fucking cool double-page spread of Kafka standing in a very basic position, arms hanging down, and the entire sky is whited out while the city above, like, I don't know, 5 stories or something is just completely annihilated. This is an excellent double-page spread. Man, I don't know what it is, but Kaiju number 8 has, like, some really fucking good double-page spreads. Like, we had that really good one from last week in front of the moon, and this is another great one. So, Mina is in disbelief that this thing is Kafka. For starters, he turned into a Kaiju, which is, like, not a normal thing. But also, the guy's been, like, kind of a weakling, kind of a loser. So the fact that he could do something that destructive, that powerful, is kind of unbelievable. I guess also, like, him being that weak and then also being Kaiju number 8 is like kind of unbelievable. You would think that he would be a lot stronger. I really like the detail here of Kafka's inner monologue where he's thinking about how his body's shot and that he should have known better for his age. Something that they make a big deal of in the series is that Kafka is not like a teenager, like a lot of shonen protagonists. The guy's 32, which, I mean, me being 18, I don't think of 32 as being like super old. Maybe that's kind of unique among people my age, but I don't think of him as being like an old guy. But I guess in comparison to your average shonen protagonist, he's like an old geezer. So the body is not able to handle the same things it would be if he were a teenager. I just think that's kind of like an interesting detail there. And as expected, our man gets arrested here. He apologizes to Ichikawa and Kikoru, and when Mina is arresting him, he kind of just has like this kind of like look of acceptance, I guess. Like, he's not happy. I can't tell if Mina looks mad or not. She looks very serious, but I'm not sure if she's mad. So that's where the chapter ends off. I think in the comments of last week's review, someone mentioned how they expect this to be kind of similar to when Eren was revealed to be a Titan shifter and kind of everything they did after that. And I think that's probably pretty plausible. It'll be likely that Kafka will be accepted as a member of the Defense Force, but everyone's going to have to keep a close eye on him, and he won't be able to go and do stuff on his own. He'll probably have Hoshina watching over him all the time. Kind of like Levi, which is interesting. I just thought about the fact that Hoshina is basically the Levi of this series. So that actually works out really well. I imagine, like, since Hoshina already likes Kafka and he already had suspicions about him being Kaiju number 8, I imagine he's probably going to be one of the more open people to him after finding out that he's Kaiju number 8. For Mina, we may have some problems. Seems like there's going to be a lot more drama involved in the relationship between these two going forward, so we'll have to see how that develops. Unfortunately, the next chapter does not come out until May 13th, which is like 3 weeks from now? Yes? Yeah, 3 weeks from now. So, Jesus. Oh my god, no, we're gonna have 2 weeks without a Jujutsu Kaisen chapter, and now we're gonna have 3 weeks without a Kaiju number 8 chapter. Jesus Christ. Well, shit, I guess we're just gonna have to wait around and see what happens. So, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I do Kaiju number 8 chapters every week that we get a chapter. If you enjoy other series such as Jujutsu Kaisen, Record of Ragnarok, Kengan Omega, and Black Clover, I do videos in those series as well. So, if you're interested in those, you should definitely check out my channel. If you enjoyed discussing Kaiju number 8 with other people, or you just enjoy the content I produce on this channel, I highly suggest check out my Discord server. I've linked to that down in the description. Since it's the end of the video, it's time to give a shout out to my wonderful patrons: Archbear, CJ2K, Fuse, Neo, Solo Warrior, Tyrese Simmons, Dijon Redden, Honey Mustard, Zach Rowitz, K-God, Holly Walker, Angel Does It, Chris Redfield, Brendan Lee, and System Crash 23. Thank you all very much for supporting me on Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. And if you too want to get a shout out at the end of videos, or you want to get access to some extra content, you can always become a patron as well. There's a link to my Patreon down in the description. Oh man, we've got 14. I think I'm going to have to start splitting these up into different videos now, so it doesn't take forever to do. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you around. Take care.